perfect mess is my perfect mess. Perfect mess is my perfect mess.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Perfect Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ray Molina, and this is episode 36. So, I'm a little, if you see me wearing some workout gear right now, I don't know if it's coming through, but I just got done with a run. I like to run. I'm not a runner. Let me just say that. I like how I feel when I'm done running. But I'm not a runner. I don't like running, so let me correct myself. But I just got done running, and I like to do that when I need to clear my head, when I need to, make a big decision or have a big decision coming up about something that I got going on in my life. And in general, when I start to feel lethargic and slow and just not having a very productive day, I usually throw on my running shoes and I go for a run. Today, we have a little league game today. Nothing big. It's a kid's game. But as a coach, I like to go into the game with a clear head and try to give these kids, my best coaching job to put them in the best position to win. So that's what I'm doing. I just got done running, and I got to head off to a game here shortly. But I wanted to check in with you guys and say hello, and just catch up on something real quick. You're probably wondering why I started off this episode with a quote from Kobe Bryant and a press conference. But that press conference stuck with me for a very long time, and obviously it's still here. That was 2009, and we're in 2021, and I am talking about that still. It is what is that? 10, 11, 12 years ago. Uh, Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. I wasn't a Laker fan, but I was definitely a Kobe Bryant fan, and I was devastated when we lost him last year, as I'm sure a lot of you guys were. You didn't have to be a Laker fan, or for that matter, even a Kobe fan, to kind of take that one on the chin and really hit home for you, because especially if you're a parent, being that his daughter was with him during that tragic event. Yeah. But I started off this podcast with that quote because I think in life we go through and we pat ourselves on the back a little early when we do things, right? We lose a few pounds, pat ourselves on the back. Uh, if we, let's say we drink a lot. Let's say, oh, I didn't drink for 5 days, and then go on the weekend and we kill it and start drinking again. We pat ourselves on the back. Hey, I did good for 5 days. Um, hey, let's say, I don't know. Let's say I have a habit of eating terrible. Let's say I'm gonna I'm not gonna eat terrible no more. I'm gonna eat good for the week, and then boom, same thing happens. We hit the weekend, and all of a sudden it's cake, it's pizza, and I love pizza, by the way, but I'm saying, binge. Remember, everything in moderation, but it's binging, and then we kill that. But we pat ourselves on the back. Hey, we had a good 5 days. We'll get back on it Monday. Um, Anything, man. Even when it comes to just, you know, uh, little things, man, little things like, hey, I'm gonna not cuss so much, and that's honestly, I'm glad I brought that up, because that is an issue for me. I still have a problem with cussing every now and then. I have a habit of just, when I get a little frustrated, I let it fly sometimes, that's something I got to work on. But I think what I'm getting at right now and is we tend to give ourselves credit when we haven't completed the job, especially nowadays. I feel like it's a lot of hey, you're doing better than you were, so congratulations. We get that from our friends, our family, our loved ones, our relationship, people that we're in a relationship with. Hey, you're getting better. At least you're getting a little bit better. At least you're not drinking 5 days a week and you're only drinking 4 days a week. Hey, at least you lost 2 pounds last month. When your goal is to lose 5 to 10 pounds a month. but people are just like, hey, at least you're. Nobody seems to push us to be better, and that's where I'm getting this from. Um, I, you know, as you guys know, I coach little league, and I've got offers to coach at the high school level, and I haven't taken that on yet because excuse me, because my kids are young. I don't want to miss any of their games. And the high school level, the schedules will conflict with my kids' games. So I've not taken any of the offers that I've gotten to coach at high school because I want to make sure that I am there for my kids' games. Whether I'm the coach or not, I don't want to miss my kids' games. I enjoy watching them play. I enjoy coaching them. But most of all, I enjoy watching them play. I enjoy watching them interact with all their buddies. And so I've made it a point to not do that and just stay coaching at a little league level. But here's the thing that that I do with coaching, and I want to share this because this came up recently with my kids and the team that I coach. we we've got a good little team, right? We've got about 6 or 7 all stars on our team, on a team of 11. And it's a really solid team. We've had some tough breaks, um, you know, during some of these games, but they're a really solid team. Now, recently we had a game where we were down 12-0 in the first inning. If you're on my Instagram, you've seen me put up a post of the kids and them cheering and whatnot, and you see me kind of give you the breakdown of where that game was going. We had probably hands down the worst first inning I've ever seen my kids meaning the entire team that I coach, that we've had as a team. It was terrible. They made 5 or 6 errors in the beginning, and we gave up 12 runs. And the only reason why they didn't 10 run us is because they have to at least let us play 4 innings. So the kids came off the field. They were down. Had to coach them up, man. The minute we got out of there, I'm a realist. The one thing I teach all the kids that I coach is, hey, the one thing you're going to remember about me is I love all you guys, but I'm never going to lie to you guys. I'm always going to keep it real with you. If you're having a terrible inning and you're making errors, I'm going to let you know where you need to get better and that you need to tighten up, and that the inning was awful, that we need to tighten it up, and that we need to get back to work. So I bring the kids in and we talk, and I said, I got to be honest with you guys. That was hands down probably the worst inning I've ever seen you guys play baseball. I'm not going to lie to you. I said, I don't know what was going on, but for some reason, when you guys play this team, you guys forget how to play baseball. You get nervous, and you put a lot of pressure on yourselves, and you give up, and you start making errors that are routine, plays that you've made regularly, and then you just start making errors. I said, so here's the thing: we've scored. This is a team that's capable of scoring 22 runs a game. Okay, 22 runs. We've done it before. We're down 12. This is the first inning. It starts now. Now we start chipping away. All right, we're capable of doing that. Let's start chipping away. And to make this story short, we did. It got to 12-5, then it got to 12-8, then it got to 13-11, then it got to 17-16, and then we took the lead 18-17. So we battled back, and then we went the last inning, and go figure, man. We ran out of pitchers, and my son Jordan, he's a first baseman and a second baseman and a catcher, and he pitches when we really need him, but he's not a pitcher. He'll tell you that. And we put him in, and he struck out the last kid, and I lost it, and the kids lost it, and we completed the comeback victory, 18-17. In the last inning, my kid struck out the last batter to win the game, and we battled back. Now, where this story is leading is the following day we had practice. All right, and all the kids were lined up, and they were having fun, getting ready to stretch, and everybody was like kind of cracking jokes. And when I was done setting up, I said, "Hey, what's going on?" "Nothing, coach. We're having fun." I said, "Having fun for what?" They said, "Well, we had a good game yesterday. We came back." I said, "You're right. Hell of a game. It was an excellent game." So that was yesterday. Yesterday's over. Well, aren't we going to have an easy practice today? So why would we have an easy practice today? Well, because we played good yesterday. I said, wait, did I miss something? Was that the championship game? Somebody tell me, did I miss something? Was that the last game of the season? Did we win the championship? Because I'm confused. No. I said, okay. How many games do we have left? They said 7. I said, okay, so we're halfway through the season. So we haven't won anything. And they looked at me and they said, no. I said, okay, finish your stretches, do your calisthenics, meet me at home plate so we can talk. Now, mind you, these kids are 10, 11, and 12. Okay, young. And I know some of you are listening like, come on, Ray, you're going a little hard. Man, these are kids. This is literally, they're supposed to be having fun and whatnot. I get it. Trust me. I get it. I I my kids, all the kids that play for me, they have fun. Trust me. I am not a I am not a just an angry coach. I pride myself in being a very good coach. Not only that, and my kids learning the game and having fun. But the one thing that I also want to teach them is discipline and not letting up on the gas and getting to work and teaching them that practice, how you handle practice is how you're going to handle a game. If you come into practice and you run around, you're flipping each other's hats off, you're taking life easy or whatever, that's the same mentality you're going to take into the next game, and things are going to go bad. And you know, I sat the kids down and I started telling them, and I told them about this Kobe Bryant interview. All right, the one that started off this podcast. And I said, that mentality is something that you need to have in life, not just for baseball. I said, because, raise your hand if you guys want to play high school baseball. And, probably about 5 or 6 of them raised their hands. I said, okay. So about half of you kids want to play high school baseball. Okay. I said, also raise your hand if you're 12. And we've got 6 12-year olds. I said, okay, you start high school in 2 years. They said, right. I said, I am trying to prepare you guys, especially the ones who want to play baseball at the next level in high school. I'm trying to prepare you guys for what you're going to deal with when you get there. Because what's going to happen is you're used to Little League and you're used to the rules of being able to play and having to play an inning or two. I think it's 6 outs each kid has to play. I said, you guys are used to that, right? I said, here's what you need to learn. That doesn't have to happen in high school. Okay? You can totally make the team if you're good enough and not play one inning all year and just have a nice, pretty uniform and take pictures with the team. And the kids didn't believe me. I said, no, that's 100% true. That coach doesn't need to play you at all. I go, case in point, I have a kid that I've been coaching for a while. One of my buddies coaches at a local high school, the JV team out here. And he says, hey, Ray, which one of these kids over here on this team are coming to my high school next year? I said, that one right there, first base. No names. This is an older team that I go out and check out and Ed helped put together. And he goes, okay. I go, yeah. I go, I'll introduce him when he comes back. He goes, I like him. I've seen him play. And I go, all right. So he comes back down. He goes, I go, hey, this is the coach from Piedmont. That's the school over here in San Jose. And I said, and this is so and so. I introduced the kid. And coach goes, hey man, I like your game. You know, I'm coaching over there. I'll be the guy that you need to be getting to know. You know what I mean? But I like what I see. I said, here, he's got one problem though. And the kid looked at me. I said, he don't like to get dirty. He don't. Likes to keep his uniform clean. And he's kind of slow. Not because he is slow, but he just moves slow. And he goes, oh, that's cool. He goes, this is high school. I don't have to play him. He goes, he can make the team or not make the team, but even if he makes the team, I don't ever have to play him. And the kid looked, he's like, wait, are you serious? I go, yeah, that's if you make the team. I go, because you got to understand, you're in high school now. There are hundreds and hundreds of kids that are going to this high school now. Probably like 1,000 kids. The high school I went to had almost 3,000. I said, there's no guarantees you're going to make the team because you got hundreds of kids trying out. You go through different levels of cuts where people get cut. Boom, boom, boom. So you may be the best kid on this team right now, but when you get to that high school, you could be the fifth best kid to play first base. You don't know that. And a reality set in with him, and afterwards he was like, "Coach, are you serious?" Like I said, "I'm dead serious. Why do you think I've been going hard with you guys and trying to teach you?" Now these are older kids, right? But I shared that story with the 10, 11, and 12-year-olds that I coach right now, and they had like a blank look. I said, "Listen, guys, when you get older, when you get into high school, and you start dealing with cuts, playing time, not being the best player, or maybe you are the best player, and work ethic, and a coach telling you at the high school level, you know what, I'd rather play this kid because this kid works harder than you. To me, you're lazy, you don't work hard enough. You have more talent than him, but you don't work. So I'm going to play this kid who works harder than you. When you start hearing all those things, the one thing I want you to remember is I'm the one that taught you that when you were 10, 11, and 12. I don't want you to go to the next level and tell another coach that you played for me at this level and I never taught you that. I would rather you go to that level and say, man, hey, Coach so and so, man, I'm lucky. Man, I'm lucky I had a coach in the majors over here that was coaching me, man. He taught me all about this, man. That's why I work so hard. That's why I know that I gotta, I gotta put in the work. That there are no guarantees, and if I want playing time, I gotta do the work. I said, I want you guys to remember that. I want you guys to appreciate that I never lied to you. That I always gave it to you the way it is. I'm not gonna pull no punches. I said, one of you guys asked me, how come I keep stats? And one of you guys also said, I almost don't want to know my stats. And I said, why? And you said, because it tells me how bad I'm doing. And I said, wrong. It tells you where you need to improve. That's what the stats are for. I said, there's a lot of coaches in this league that don't keep stats. I keep stats. Why? Because it helps me coach you guys better. It helps me teach you. It helps me pull you aside and say, hey, look, you've got 15 strikeouts. I need you to get on base more. I can't use your speed if you're not getting on base. You got to start getting on base. You got to start getting some walks. You got to start bunting. You got to do whatever it takes to get on base so I can use your speed. I cannot have you striking out this much. On the flip side, I got some kids who are flying out all the time. And I can say, look, you're flying out every other at bat. You're a power hitter, but you're trying to hit a bomb every time you get up. I need you to start hitting line drives. I need you to start driving the ball. Other kids, fastest kid on the team. You only got 5 stolen bases. I need you in the 20, 25 range. There's no reason why you should be only having 5 stolen bases right now. You guys understand that? Pitchers, I can tell you your strike to ball ratio. I do all this because it helps me teach you guys how to become better ball players. Not to tell you, hey, you suck and you suck at that and you suck at this. It's to show you the numbers so I can teach you and coach you up. That's why I do it. And I said, and I'm sure because you guys looked at me when I walked up, you guys said, hey, wow, man, how come Coach Ray is like, he came and he's like intense and he's like not letting us celebrate. I mean, we came back, we were down 12-0. That's a big deal. Yeah, I probably went home more proud than all you guys because I believed in you. You didn't believe in yourselves. It's my job to believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. So trust me, I went home and I was probably way more excited than you guys were. But it's also my job to make sure that you stay on point, to come back to practice and get to work. Why? Because we haven't won anything. The season's halfway over. We haven't done anything. There are still teams that we haven't beat yet that have beat us, that own us. And I know it's Little League, but if you want to learn and you want to compete, You can't go up there and, hey, little Johnny, at least you tried, or hey, hey, little Michelle, nice attempt to swing. Nah, my job is to coach you to get better. I said, who wants to get better at this sport? Or who just wants to sit here and run around and get beat every day? And all the kids say, I want to get better. I said, I knew that before you guys raised your hand. I know all of you guys are here to get better. Otherwise, why would you be here? Yeah, let's have fun. It's Little League. Let's have fun. But let's be honest with each other. Is it fun when you're getting your butt handed to you every game? Every single one of them said no. I said, that's why I'm trying to teach you the mentality. You haven't won anything. Don't pat yourselves on the back when there's still work to do. You're young, you're 10, you're 11, you're 12. But I got to give you these lessons now so as you move up in the ranks, you start to understand. And not only that, take this lesson into life. Let's say you don't want, for the kids who said they don't know if they want to play high school baseball, this is about life too. So many of us pat ourselves on the back when we haven't done any work. For instance, you kids are in school right now. You get a C in a class, you bump it up from a D, and you're like, yeah, I did it. But that's a C. Don't you want to get an A? That should be the goal. We're not celebrating a C. Yeah, congratulations, it's no longer a D. But the party shouldn't start when you get the C. This party should start when you get the A. And then your job is to maintain the A. That's what life's about. You don't pat yourself on the back when you do the minimal work. You guys understand? And they looked at me and they said, yeah, I understand, coach. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of the season, guys and girls, because we have a girl on the team and she's actually one of the best players on my team. I said, I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of the season. But don't you want to try to end up in first place? That's the goal, right? Yep. I said, am I going to be mad if we end up in third place? No. But it's my job to make sure that you are at least trying to get there and not just throwing in the towel and having a whatever attitude, right? That's my job as a coach. I'm a dad. They don't pay us to do this. I'm out here because there are not a lot of volunteers here. That's how I got started. They didn't have any volunteers, so I just volunteered. I wanted my kid to play baseball. There was nobody who volunteered to coach, so I jumped in. Next thing you know, I've been here for the last 7 years coaching baseball. Now I'm getting actual job offers to coach at high school, because now I have friends over there. But it's my job to teach you guys this. Not to be mean, not to be hard on you, but it's my job to teach you that. Even if it's just baseball right now, you can take that lesson and go forward and use it in life. Okay? You know, I think, cutting away from baseball and little league and everything that I'm talking about right now, I think we get to a point where we do that as adults with our lives, man. We just do. We do the bare minimum, and we like when we get kudos, especially with social media now. We get a bunch of likes. Hey, you're doing great, but off camera, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing the basic minimum, the bare minimum. But you feel good because you get 100 likes on a photo of you going on a jog when you know you haven't jogged in 3 weeks. Or you feel good because you lifted weights for about 20 minutes knowing you used to lift weights for about an hour. Or you take a picture of a salad knowing that's the first salad you've had in a month. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we do nowadays that are the bare minimum, and we just want the kudos. We want the, hey, good job. For me, you know, I have a goal of reading the next amount of books every year. And I can tell you right now, I'm not meeting that goal right now. I've slacked off. I'm reading, but I'm not reading at the pace that I should be reading, the pace that I want to be reading. And that's on me. But I'm definitely not giving myself kudos like, hey, remember when you never used to read? At least you're reading, Ray. Good job. Nah, I'm not with that. And we do that with everything in life now. You do that at work. You say you want that raise. You go to your boss. You're like, I need this raise, man. You know, I'm about to have a kid. I need this raise. I'm trying to get this house. I'm trying to get this apartment. I need this raise. I'm trying to get this car. You know, my car's breaking down. That's why I'm having trouble get to work. I need to get this raise so I can get this car. And then what do? You come in 2, 3 minutes late every day at work. You take an extra 5 minutes on lunch. You disappear in the bathroom and sit on your phone for 15 minutes, knowing damn well you ain't going to the bathroom. You want to know why? Because I did it. Everything I just said right there, I did it. I did all those things. And I still expected the raise because I felt like when I was working, I was the best worker. Key point here. When I was working. But I was coming in late. I was taking more time on my lunch. I was going to the bathroom, sitting on my phone, checking Instagram, checking Facebook, sending text messages, and then getting back to my area. When I tell you that I live my life open and straight, and I'm very open about the things that I've struggled with and I messed up with and things that made me a terrible dude, I'm telling you that's how I live my life now. I don't pull no punches, especially when it comes to me. I did everything that you just said, that I just said. I did everything that I just said to you. I was guilty of it. And I still expected top dollar. I still expected that raise, that bonus when bonus time came around, and got mad when I didn't get it. The nerve of me, right? I ain't do nothing to deserve that. I definitely didn't work like the person who deserved that $2 raise or like the person that deserved that couple $1,000 bonus during Christmas time. But I was walking around like I did everything, right? And right now, someone is listening to this and they're doing the same thing. Some of you probably want to turn this podcast off because I'm hitting home for you right now. I know how it feels. But I'll tell you what, we do this not only in work and when we're trying to get better in diet, whether we're trying to exercise, whether we're trying to read more, we do it in our relationships too, man. We do. We do it in our relationships. You know, we tell someone that we're gonna change our ways, we're gonna this, we're gonna that, and we don't do it. We don't do it. Or we change it for a couple of weeks and then we're back to the same old crap that we were doing before. Again, I was guilty of it. Wasn't good for my word. But guess what? I expected the utmost from my partner, but I wasn't given the utmost. Do you see what I'm talking about? We pat ourselves on the back for doing the least amount of work. But we want all the accolades. We want everybody to look at me, I'm a better person now. Look at me, I ate a salad. Look at me, I worked out today. Look at me, I went running today. Look at me, I'm reading a book. Look at me, I'm in a new relationship. Here's my girlfriend. Here's my boyfriend. Look. Look at me, I got a new job. Knowing that we're doing all the things that I just said. Knowing that we're in that relationship and we're still got the same bad habits. Knowing that we want to diet, but we're still got the same bad habits. Knowing that we got this new job, but we still got the same bad habits. But because all our friends, family, and people that don't even know who we are in real life, because they hit the thumbs up, because they hit the heart button, because they left you a message and said, congratulations, my dude, or or that's lit, and putting the fire emoji or the flexing arm emoji, and they're giving them. You feel great, right? You feel like, yeah, man, yeah, I'm on my game. You know what I mean? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You feel good, right? Knowing damn well that you ain't on point. What did Kobe Bryant said? He said, happy about what? The job's not finished. Is the job finished? I don't think so. The Lakers were up 2 games to nothing in a 7 game series. And the reporter asked him why he's not happy. That never left me. I never forgot that press conference. Probably because I was living my life that way. I was celebrating life and I hadn't done any of the work. I wasn't done becoming the person that I wanted to become. I wasn't done doing the work and becoming who I am today. Taking care of myself, getting right with God, praying every day, treating people better, working on my mind, working on my physical, taking care of my children, giving them the best example of a father, of a man, of a provider, mentoring these kids, making sure that I am the best example to give them so I can teach them, coaching these kids, knowing that these parents are giving me their children and telling me, I trust you to coach my son or my daughter. And knowing that I'm giving them and their parents the best version of me. Not just being happy with, I'm the coach. Or, hey, I lifted today, even though I haven't lifted in 4 weeks. Or I ran today. Haven't ran in I don't know how long, but I ran. None of those things are cause for celebration. None of them. Because we got to get consistent with what we're trying to do with our lives. And the minute you start getting consistent is when you start seeing changes. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And that only happens when you put in the work. All the little kudos and pats on the back along the way, those are nice. But if you're really being honest with yourself, that's not what you want. You want the finish line. And I should say, not the finish line, I should say the goal. And when you hit that goal, you set the next goal. Okay, because the finish line implies that you're done. And in life, we're not done until we're in the dirt. All right. That's all I got, man. I wanted to keep this one short, about 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes. I got to run. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. This has been episode 36. You can catch me on Instagram at It's Ray Molina. The podcast Instagram is at The Perfect Mess Pod. My website, as always, is raymolina.com. Make sure to check that out. For those of you who have been donating, thank you so much. I don't require donations. I don't ask for donations, but I put it out there because someone told me, hey, you should do it. I want to send you some money to help grow this thing. So that's why I started doing it. If you would like to donate, whatever amount you choose is up to you. I use Cash App, and it is $ It's Ray Molina. And that's all I have. This is episode 36 of the Perfect Mess Podcast. I'm your host, Ray Molina. And like I always say, my life isn't perfect. Oftentimes it's a mess, but it is my mess. And for me, it is the perfect mess. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Again, episode 36, the Perfect Man Podcast. I am your host, Ray Molina. Peace.
Perfect mess is my perfect mess.